our kitchen cookers. In last week's episode, we promised to give you a recipe for the Indonesian food that beloved by the former President Barack Obama. For those of you who don't know, Obama's mother was married to an Indonesian man. Obama lived with them in Indonesia for about 4 years, from the age of 6 through the age of 10. In 2017, he took his family visiting his old house in Jakarta and also tried some of his favorite Indonesian foods. His most favorite one is called Bakso. Bakso is Indonesian meatball soup, and today we're going to show you how to make it. Bakso is a classic Indonesian dish that will warm your heart and satisfy your taste bud. So get ready, cookers, for a delicious bowl of a homemade bakso loved by Indonesian people and also the former president. Let's get cooking! Making bakso or Indonesian meatball soup consists of two steps of cooking. First is the broth, second is the meatball itself. So let's start making the broth first because it takes a little while for all the flavor to sink in together. So let's get to the ingredients. To make the broth, we only need 3 ingredients. First is the beef bone. So for beef bone, I like to pick the one who has marrow, bone marrow like this, like that. And so this bone marrow gonna give extra umami flavor to our broth later. And then we're gonna need this green onion, but I like the edge of it. And then this is ginger. Ginger is optional. I love ginger. I like to add ginger in most of my cooking recipe, but it's optional. If you like a little hint of gingery spice, you can add them. If you don't, it's up to you. So, and then for seasoning, we only need salt, pepper. I love garlic salt, so I try to add that in any of my recipe as well. And just a little bit of pho base. Let's start with the broth. All of our ingredients, we're gonna need to boil them very high with 2 liters of water. We're gonna let the water boil a little bit. When it gets started to get hot, then we mix all of our beef bone and other ingredients. To add more flavor for the green onion, I like to smash them a little bit. This gonna bring out all the flavor of the onion. And for the ginger, I like to do the same. We cut off the edge, slice them a little bit, and smash them. Up. Not too much, but just gonna take out all the juice and flavor. Let's mix them in our broth. You start seeing the water a little bit getting warmer. Mix all the beef bone, the green onion and ginger. When it's done, then we can begin to season them. Let them cook and sink. Wait for the flavor all to become together for about 1 hour. Second is the meatball itself. The ingredient, we're gonna need ground beef. For this, I use a lean one with 92% of lean meat and 8% of fat. And then we use fried shallot. The fried shallot like this, you can either fry your own shallot or find this easily in any Asian grocer nearby. And then we also need this garlic, fried garlic. Fried garlic, you can fry your own garlic or also find it in Asian grocer. As always, I always use garlic salt and pepper, and green onion, white eggs, egg whites. It's important to mix all the mixture together. And then tapioca flour. Tapioca flour, we're just gonna need 1/4 cup of flour. 2 more ingredients. I like to keep them stay in the freezer. Why? Because the cold temperature will have the meatballs kind of bounce and stick together better. So these two ingredients that I keep them frozen is chicken. I use chicken breast, the lean one, and then ice cubes. Ice cube will help them really bounce. We're gonna need to blend the ground beef, chicken, and all the ice cube and egg whites. Everything together. Okay, so this is our final product. Our meatballs bakso is ready. See, this is the consistency we're looking for. They're stick together between the chicken and the beef and all the ingredients we have put together. All right. Let's shape them into the balls. Okay, now that we're hygiene enough, this is how we shape our meatballs, the Indonesian style. We have our meatballs. We boiled water. So it's about 1 liter. And then we put all the meatballs. So once we put all the meatballs in the boiling water, we wait for them until they're all floating. So once they're floating, meaning they're all cooked thoroughly, and then we pick them up. So let's wait. See, now the meatballs started to float. So we can begin to pick them up little by little, one by one. All the meatballs is cooked. I like to test it, to see if everything cooked inside and together. So let's try to slice one of the meatball. So this is the consistency we're looking at. All the way cooked through. There is no pinkish, nothing. All the same color throughout the meatballs. So now that our meatballs is done, we check our broth, make sure it's ready, and let's see. So the broth is ready. We see all the coloring and everything. Now we season them. We use all the ingredients. This is a garlic salt. Then we add the Pho Seasoning. Pepper, you can use white pepper or black pepper. Original recipe from Indonesia, they use white pepper, but I kind of feel like personally prefer black pepper. They kind of give more hint of spice. So after all seasoning, I like to taste them a little bit. It's good. So now it's time to put some of green onion. Lower the temperature. More green onion in there. that's all, our broth ready. Alright, see, we are done with our meatballs. We are done with our broth as well. How do you think? Do you think you can make it easily? The meatball is pretty easy and pretty fun to kind of mold them. The broth take a little bit time of making it, but it's worth it, guys. Now let's assemble them together. So we like to eat it with noodles, and the noodle is your choice. I'm here using the rice noodles. You can use the regular noodles from instant ramen, or you can use the sticky rice noodle, or you can even use no noodles, just the meatball and the soup. So I like this noodle because I love rice. And the rice noodle is just so satisfying for me, but then again, it's your choice. So yes, we add that, and then we put our meatballs. Okay, I like to eat it with vegetables. I'm using bean sprout here. You can find bean sprout in any of your grocery store nearby. Right there, we put the bean sprout. Okay. And then we add a little bit more of green onion. Over here. Over here. We add the broth into our meatball bowls. Guys, I really love the bone marrow, so this bowl gonna be for me. So I will have the bone marrow for me in there. Don't be jealous. Ooh, can you see all the bone marrow ready to pop up? Now that our bowl ready, I love to eat them with a little extra of fried salad. The bowl is ready. We Indonesian love the sambal. It's chili grind with garlic and then simmer it down with a bit of vinaigrette, and we just add on top of it. And we love and so proud of our kecap manis. It is a sweet soy sauce, the one we used on our previous episode for the fried rice. Just a little hint in there, and voila! The meatball soup, Indonesian style. This is my favorite part. Let's mix them all together. Try the broth. The umami feeling in there. Let's try the meatball. You guys, oh my god, my favorite part. Oh my god, it's so good. You have to make it at home and tell me how you made it, and send me pictures, send me videos, short clips of how it turned out on your kitchen. So this is all for me today. I hope you make my recipe for the meatballs, and I hope you really like it. And don't forget to subscribe our channel, and more video is coming next week. We are combining our culinary adventure with the traveling passion together. We make Indonesian recipe with a hint of different places we visit. So stay tuned and I'll see you in next episode. Bye bye.